Welcome to this edition of Week in Review. I'm Marlon Paley along with Hannah Luttrell. Again, Hannah's still on assignment, but he will be joining us in a future program. Well, today we've got a lot of material to cover, so let's begin by talking about Archive in the Cloud. What is Archive in the Cloud, Hannah?
Well, Marlon, that means that our viewers can watch a lot of our programs on demand on our website. They don't have to necessarily wait for the broadcast schedule to watch a particular program, but a lot of our programs are available on our website on demand.
It's like video on demand.
That's correct. Anytime, any day you want to watch it, it's right there. We've added some new features to our website so that these videos are actually, you can search them by title, you can scroll through to find the ones you want, and you can also share them really easily with a click of a button. You can share it via social media to any of your loved ones that you want to share that blessing with. So
you don't have to actually wait for the programs to download because they're live streaming right from the cloud.
That's correct, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's an opportunity to share these programs, right? What are the options and the special features that are new to our presenting the gospel of Jesus Christ saving grace?
Well, just to share with our viewers how you can actually see these videos, if you go to our website and if you click on the Programs tab, and then if you click on a number of our series, we're still in the midst of populating them, but you can, for now, you can definitely watch Week in Review, Christian Connections, God's Prophetic Surprises, Excavating the Bible, Searching for Answers, some of our key programs. If you click on any of those series on that page, you'll see a player and you can scroll through to see different programs. But on the top of each of those players, there's a little share icon, and you can use that, as I said, to share that particular video that you've been blessed by to any of your friends or loved ones.
Mm. So this is programs that already exist. Now, is it every program that LLBN carries? Can you use the service to watch at your schedule, your leisure?
We're still working on populating our library. Our goal is to be able to do that for pretty much every program that we have permission to do so. But we're slowly working on it. For now, we've started with a couple of our most popular programs, and we hope to continue to add to that.
So they can go to the website, check it out, and see what programs
That's right.
are available. Well, besides this great video on demand feature, they also can take advantage of the live streaming that we offer. That's really an unusual, not unheard of, but it's kind of integrating some new technology as well as the cloud-based archive.
That's right, Marlon. I mean, LLBN exists to reach people where they are. And especially a lot of especially the younger generations are on YouTube a lot. And so now we have a live stream feature. We've worked with our vendors to make a live stream feature available on YouTube. And so when you watch any of our videos, you can actually click to a live stream right from YouTube and watch His Word, what's going on right there and then.
How's that different from IPTV, for example?
They're just different ways people can watch us. Of course, in addition to the new ways, we're still streaming through our website, through Glory Star, through our satellite systems, through IPTV, through either Roku or Glory Star. So there's just different avenues that people can watch it, whatever works best for people's lifestyles, their budget, just how they work with media. We want to meet as many of those needs as we can.
The few of the platforms that you mentioned are the way that LLBN can reach every country in the world, basically.
That's right.
Much of our foreign channels are delivered on that kind of a platform, aren't they?
That's right. And of course, through our website, as always, we have a live stream of all of our 8 networks through our website as well.
So all you have to do is just go to the website and click on any of the channels that come up on the homepage?
That's right. There's a link there to all of our 8 networks, and if you click through that, you'll be able to find the live stream of each network.
So as long as we're talking about the internet programs or options that we offer, you can now, I understand, get a digital newsletter.
That's right. Well, it's something we've offered for a while, but if you're interested in hearing updates about what's going on the network, we recently sent out one for Easter with our Easter programming. So there's special updates. You want to kind of hear what's going on at LLBN. I would encourage you to sign up for our digital newsletter, and you can do that online through our news link. Just fill in your email address. We don't bombard your mailbox with a whole lot of stuff, but when there's important announcements, new programs, I would like to let our constituents know. And you can also just give us a call, give us your email address, and we'll be happy to add you to the list.
Well, thank you, Hannah. You know, we like to, from time to time, present a program, a feature program, so that if you don't know about it, a way of introducing it to you. And one of our newest program on our His Light channels is from Pastor John Anderson of the Mentone Seventh-day Adventist Church. And you can see this church service Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday, as a matter of fact, I think 6 times or 7 times a week.
I'm not exactly sure how many times it repeats, but it is definitely easy to catch.
Now, this His Light is specifically designed to have this kind of exposure for church services, isn't it?
Yeah, well, His Light is just another platform where we have to share a number of live and recorded church services, as well as some health programming, children's programming, just a different variety of programs to reach our viewers.
Well, we've got a sample for you to enjoy of Pastor John Anderson in Mentone Church. Let's take a look at that now, and then we'll talk about it some more.
If you go back to Genesis 3:15, this is the first gospel promise, and we're going to take a look at one word in particular. It's the word put there. I have an interest in words, and I really, really enjoy being able to get access to the original words and see how they're used in different places. I find that so meaningful. So the Lord said, I'll put enmity, which enmity means hatred, and it means in this case the ability to recognize and turn away in disgust at sin, which we don't have by nature, only as God puts it in us. But the word put here is an interesting word. It's an emphatic word. It means to set in place, to appoint, to establish. It's a very forceful word. God is going to put enmity. Now, in Genesis 4, the next chapter, verse 25, we find this very same word used. It's not translated put, it's translated appointed. Verse 25 of chapter 4, Adam knew his wife again, and she bore him a son and named him Seth, for, she said, God has appointed another seed for me. God has put or established another seed. And as a matter of fact, the word Seth, the name Seth, is built on that very word. I know it's spelled different there on the screen. That's a transliteration of the Hebrew, but it's the word that the name Seth comes from. Appointed, put. God was going to put something very intentionally, very forcefully, and that was required, or else we would be completely at the whims of the devil. Now, this is the same word that is used when Joseph interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh, and he said, let Pharaoh look out among the citizens and appoint somebody to be head of a food gathering project. And it's the same word in Exodus 23 when the Lord said, I'm going to establish the boundary of Israel from Egypt all the way up to the river Euphrates. So the word put there, very emphatic. God is going to put this enmity or this capacity to recognize and turn away from evil. Without that, it would have been total disaster from the beginning.
Well, as you can see, John is a very able presenter. He's also been a guest on Christian Connections. In fact, you can catch him tonight at 6:30 as the last repeat play of Christian Connections, featuring John Anderson as one of the guests. And actually, this was a very special Christian Connections, wasn't it? We had an audience.
That's correct. We had a lot of guests on the program. In addition to John Anderson, we had David Machado from the Southeast California Conference. We have Patricia Jones, and also great music by Sheila Hodgkin as well. And
if you would like to come down during our guest night, it's once a month here at Christian Connections, well, Hannah has some more information on how you can get those VIP tickets. Tell us about it, Hannah.
That's right. You can just give us a call if you'd like to be a VIP guest in one of our live studio broadcast tapings. The number's on the screen as you speak to Jay, or just say you'd like a VIP ticket, and we'll be happy to get that to you. So just give us a call.
So you've seen John in action at his church. Let's take a look at how he does in Christian Connections. You'll see some of this tonight at 6:30. Here's John Anderson.
As Jesus said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. And whether it's in singing or nursing or colportering or whatever our ministry might be, Satan is out there to tempt us to quit, to throw in the towel, to stop before the finish line. And you look back in history in the Bible, and the record is strewn with the carcasses of those who quit. Demas in the New Testament, Saul in the Old Testament. There's too many examples of those who had good starts but didn't follow through. And in our Christian walk, we need to, every day we die, as Paul says. We commit our lives to the Lord every day and ask for a fresh baptism of the Holy Spirit so that we can take one more step. We can have that daily bread to be able to complete the race as he's asked.
Even when life brings us tragedies, I mean, I know you have had to endure great personal loss of a loved one not too long ago. How does Jesus help you strengthen the endurance to bear that?
In that particular case, you're referring to the loss of my wife, and the blessing of that was, even though death is an enemy, she had unbelievable faith that inspired those that were around us. Those that came to visit her to encourage her were encouraged. And so the Lord takes the broken pieces of the glass of our lives and puts them into a kaleidoscope. Mm-hmm. You know what that is. It's broken glass, but you see a beautiful pattern. It's like a sweater that we look at from the outside, but on the inside it looks like tangled threads. Mm-hmm. But the Lord is working to bring order, symmetry, and beauty even amidst the afflictions of our life, if we'll just keep our hand in his, endure, stay with it, and he'll see us through to the end.
Well, that was last week's Christian Connections, but coming up on Tuesday night, this week, brand new edition of Christian Connections. Hannah, what are we going to be featuring?
Well, this coming Tuesday, we will be having Pastor Tara Vincross. She's the senior pastor of the Azure Hills Church, another program that is another church service that is featured on both His Light and His Word. In fact, viewers can catch it live Sabbath mornings on His Light. But she'll be speaking, and again, there'll be other great interviews and music as well.
Oh, fabulous. Hey, we haven't talked about fundraising very much, but and that's on purpose. But there is a continuing need for your financial support. And so we appreciate all of your cards and letters and donations here at the Loma Linda Broadcasting Network. Well, that's all the time we have left for this edition of Week in Review, and we'll see you next time.